I've been through it all. I'm gonna show you a clip right here of how my journey started, this journey that I'm on right now. This is me feeling sorry for myself, not knowing where my life was gonna take me, not knowing anything that was gonna happen with me, and just just betting on myself basically. Just telling myself that I will do what I have to do and I will make it. And I want to show y'all a picture. I want to give y'all a visual of how I look, my body now, compared to where I was when I did this video. And I'm going to show you a couple of pictures also. But this was me, and this is what I was going through. I'm going to go on this journey, try to take it with y'all. I just, I lost everything in the last year. 3 cars, my house. I got 2 dogs and 3 cats. My girl just walked out. I'm all on my own now. And I kind of fell off on life. So now I'm might as well say I'm homeless. So I'm gonna take y'all on this journey with me. Let's see, what happens. Maybe I'll come back up. Maybe I won't. Maybe I succeed. Maybe I fail. You never know. But I claim that I'm gonna win. So let's see what happens. Now, if you look at the video, you could tell that I was going through, I had demons around me. But I wouldn't call them demons. I say they mental problems. I say they are fear instead of faith. Because I was fearing for the future more than I had faith in my future. Even though at the end of the video I said that I will make it, I will be okay at the end. Because I already knew that everything was going to be good. Because everything always works out in my favor. This is something that I learned recently as an affirmation. But the truth is, I always said this since I was a child. I always knew that things were going to be okay at the end. I guess my grandma instilled that into my system at a young age, because I never felt like it was ever over for me. I've been through so many things. I'm from Chicago, from the west side of Chicago. I lived on the south side of Chicago. I've been in the roughest areas. I lived around real thugs, real gangbangers. I actually was one from the age of 16 on to 20, 23, 25. I got away from the gangs. I stepped away from the streets, and now I'm focusing on myself. So it took a lot for me to get to this point. I've been homeless. I've been in jail. I've been in toxic relationships. I've been in all these things. That's why I feel like I am qualified. God pulled me out and I heard him. And now I'm qualified to talk to you guys because I've been through something actually. I feel like God put me in these positions so I could be an earth angel to others, so I could share my testimony. Because I had those nights where I was all alone. I still have them to this day because I'm not in a relationship right now. All I have is me, myself, and I. The 3 me's. I grew up in a house full of people, family next door and upstairs from us and in these apartments. Now I live in a house, don't get me wrong, but there's nobody around me. My mother, she lives a couple of blocks away from me, so she is in the vicinity. I always go over there and visit her, and do things for her, and she do things for me. We talk, and I help her get through things, and she helped me get through things. I'm at a point mentally that I really trust my intuition. I really trust my faith. I really trust the higher me. I really trust the God in me. Because every time I look up and I'm in a real situation, a sticky situation, God brings me out. And that's why I know He could do it. He's doing the same thing for you. Before I started making these videos, I was just making videos on Facebook. And I'm doing little skits and things from TikTok, using other people's voices and just acting out and just doing things to pass the time, because I figured I could probably pick up a following doing this, and then I could use that to start a business and all these other things. I had plans for myself. I'm trying to put myself in a valuable position, but I didn't find any value until I started speaking to the mic and speaking to you guys. Even though my YouTube channel is not really it's not even over 1,000 subscribers at this point, but just the impact that I feel from you guys, how you guys comment on my videos, and you guys tell me how my words were helpful. That means everything to me. That shows me that I am valuable and I am doing the right thing and I'm doing what I'm called to do. because all I do is learn all the time. I try to get in the scripture. I read the whole Bible when I was locked up before. I mean, I done it all. So let's go ahead and get into the story. If you're new to this page, by the way, I'm KB Wavy, you know what I'm saying? I'm a life coach / earth angel / you know what I'm saying, speaker and motivator to the masses. And this is basically like me just, you know what I'm saying, helping the world in some type of way. Just putting something positive out into the world. Being a co-creator with you guys, of course. I feel like my purpose is just to reach people. I used to be a rapper. I used to write raps all the time. And people used to tell me, you know, you keep going, you're going to be famous. People always looked at me and thought that I was going to be the one who was going to make it out the hood, who was going to make things happen in my life. And you know what? I felt the same way. I used to envision myself, you know, on stage in front of thousands of people and they all singing my song. I was doing shows. I was in Michigan doing shows. You know, I did a couple in Chicago, and people really enjoyed it. And it's like, I don't know what happened with my life. It just hit a stagnant point. I started doing the wrong things. I was doing drugs heavily. I was popping pills and, you know what I'm saying, smoking weed and drinking too much and, you know, hanging around the wrong crowd. So it threw me off track. If I was like how I am right now, I believe that I would have been on. I would have been made hit records and been all over the world maybe at this point, because now I'm so clear-minded, like everything is just easy for me now. I'm like naturally high. I don't have any urges for anything. See, look, before I gave everything up, I was still doing everything. Whatever it is that could like alter my mind state a little bit, I was down with it. We was popping mushrooms and acid tabs back in the day. But these were things that I was doing just to, you know what I'm saying, alter my mind. I thought I needed these things to cope with the pain that I was going through, but all it did was kept me in those cycles that I kept going through pain and kept going through more and more. So I finally got the nerve in me with God. I finally heard him tell me, put that stuff down and leave it alone. So I left everything alone, cold turkey. That means just one day I just dropped everything at the same time. And not only was it the drugs and the liquor and all that stuff, it was the playing games. It was being truthful. It was being honest with myself. You know, I was overweight. I was 250 pounds. I was not healthy. Didn't want to do nothing. Didn't want to pursue my dreams. Didn't want to, you know, I don't know what I was going through. But at the end of the day, I found myself catching my ex-girlfriend cheating on me and talking to other people. So I've been with her for years, and then out of nowhere, now she's gone. Out of just like this. That's how quick life could change on you. Now she's gone. And, you know, I really don't blame her because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. But at the same time, that wasn't the person that I really wanted to be with anyway. It wasn't like it did hurt, don't get me wrong. But I had to let it go, forgive myself, forgive her, and wish her the best and hope her the best and hope her happiness on her journey. I had to release that. Even though it was hard at first, because I was dependent on her. Like we were a team. That's what we called each other. We was a team. She had a daughter. I don't have any kids. You know, I've always been a stepdad. Every girl that I ever been with, they always have a little baby. They always have a little kid every time. And now I'm looking for a woman that don't have any kids and she can have my babies. We could start a family like the right way. And I know this will happen. So I'm not even worried about it. I know God making a way for this and it's in my path right now. But that's just another part of my story. So when I left everything alone that one night, it was like last year in September. My birthday is in September. I'm a Virgo. But you know what I'm saying? I left everything alone in September. At the same time, I dropped chicken, I dropped beef from my diet. I changed the way I eat, I changed the way I live, and I changed the way I treat myself. I started working out daily. I'm running on the treadmill, on the elliptical, 4 miles a day, every day. Still to this day, I still do it. I don't do it every day like I used to because I feel like I'm losing too much weight, because at this point in my life, I'm not eating, like I cut out all those meats, but I was still eating fish. Now I don't even eat fish. So now I'm eating all vegetables and fruits. So I had to stop running every day because, you know, I was getting a little too thin. I want to have a little bit of bulk on me, a little muscle, you know what I'm saying? I want to, you know, still, you know, because I want to look a certain way. I want to be this certain image. And I played football in high school, but I only went to high school my freshman year because once I went to sophomore year, I started gangbanging. So I had to leave school. I didn't have to leave school, but I left school due to the fact that I was already smoking and drinking, and due to the fact that I was a demo freshman, meaning that I failed my first year, my 9th grade year. So I stopped going to school. I was the type of person that would help a person on the streets. Like, say for instance, my peoples, they see somebody they wanted to, you know what I'm saying, try to run up on and do something to. I'd be the person that'd be like, nah, leave them people alone, you know what I'm saying? I was always an empath, even in the streets, even in my rough days. I was always an empath. I always looked out for the other people's interests because I know how I could be, especially if that person didn't do anything. I try to look out for the innocent guy. I try to, I got an empathetic heart for some reason. And I'm not mad about it. I'm glad that I have it because it kept me alive. As long as I feel like I'm helping other people, then the Most High is helping me. So I always do this. I always been like this, and I always been the type of person that could, you come talk to about your issues, and I could give you some good advice. I could steer you in the right direction, even though I wasn't doing the things for myself. It's like I was helping everybody else outside of me, but I wasn't helping myself. And it was so confusing to me because I thought I was helping myself. I thought I was doing well for myself. But instead, I was putting myself through cycle after cycle. Like I said, every girlfriend that I had had a baby. But at the same time, I always wanted my own children. But even though no matter what I was doing, I wasn't getting anybody pregnant. And I was feeling like something was wrong with me, but ain't nothing wrong with me. I found out that it just wasn't my time. It wasn't meant for me to have any real bonds with these people, no real connections like that, because those things are a lifetime. I don't want a person who feel like they settling. I don't want to settle for anybody, and I don't want nobody to feel like they're settling with me. So I want somebody who's gonna call me king, and I can call her queen, and you know what I'm saying, we could really vibe on that high vibration. I don't want just anybody no more. It's like that's a waste of time, and it's a whole cycle that I don't want to go down. But anyway, so that's what I did. I stopped all the drugs. I changed my diet. I exercise every day. I practice semen retention, and I just started learning. I'm listening to ebooks. I'm reading books. I've been through all type of things, and I positioned myself. And I also prayed and told God to use me for His purposes many times in the past, and I finally answered the call when He called me. And I feel like if I didn't answer it this time, that it would be the end of me. So I just did it. I just threw in the towel and gave up on trying to, do things my way, because my way was just keeping me stuck and stagnant. And I got big dreams about my life. I want to be able to travel the world. I want to be able to, have the high vibrational life, but anything that I need, I won't have to worry about it. I won't have to ask anybody for something, because I got to the point that, I started cutting off family members because they knew what I was going through while I was by myself. And I'm still by myself, but they know to this day what I'm going through, but they don't check on me. They don't act like a family should. And if I was in their position and they were in my position, I would make sure to give them a helping hand, to give them a word of encouragement, to give them something just to make sure that they, don't go cuckoo and don't lose it, and don't go AWOL, because I could have went so many directions with what my life been serving me. My father died when I was 6. My mother was a drug addict her whole life. Well, my whole life. I ain't gonna say her whole life. But, I grew up without a mom and a dad. And, I never had any support. Even when I grew my Facebook page up to over 100K followers, nobody gave me any encouragement. None of my family, none of my close relatives, they showed me any support. They didn't show me anything. All my support came from people I don't know. Just like on this channel, all of my support come from people I don't know, and I'm all right with that. It's not a problem. I feel like the people that know me the best, they're not going to acknowledge me until I make it big. But I just want you to know, if you're going through some things, just know that I've overcome a lot. A lot of things that was going wrong in my life, I straightened them out. I'm in a point that I'm relaxed. I sleep well every night, and I got all the love. I help people out on the streets without a problem, without asking for anything back, without, I just feel like I'm different from the normal person. I feel like my purpose is bigger. I feel like I have things that I need to do and accomplish in this world. So I gave up all the things that would stop me from achieving these things. I gave up everything. It's amazing how you could really transform your life if you put the effort in and you stick to the game plan. I remember when I first changed my diet, I was only eating berries and, some spinach. And I'm still trying to work out, and I started having panic attacks. My body was like, boy, what are you doing? So I had to walk to the hospital because, I lost my car. Man, look, I've been through so much in like a little bit of time lately in the last couple of years that, some people would have just, they would have gave up on everything. I feel like the Most High put a spark in my soul, a spark in my heart to keep pushing through, just to endure and just to deal with it and just to keep going. Because all the things that I've been through, all the winter time, I gotta walk to the grocery store all winter. It was so cold this winter that just passed. It was so cold outside. I'm talking like frostbite cold. And I'm walking down the street with bags, going grocery shopping on foot with one jacket. I lost my job. So I had to figure out a way that I could make money from home because I don't have a car at this point. So yeah, everything started stacking up. All of the odds were against me. But what I did was I stood 10 toes down. I stood strong and I kept on believing that the Most High was going to take care of me. I'm trying to manifest things in my life. I done made vision boards on my wall. I did so much. It's crazy. But I'm stuck to the program. But here I am, standing here today, standing strong in my truth, feeling myself, knowing that the Most High is within me. Like, I met God through this struggle and time, through this harsh time. I met God and I really found him. And when I found out that the Most High was within me, because I read the Bible, but I didn't understand what I was reading. It wasn't my time to really fully understand what was going on. He say, I am that I am. And you know what I'm saying? When you say I am, you're talking about yourself. So it's like I started putting things together and like, whoa, hold on. God is me. I'm God. I'm one with God. It wasn't a egotistical thing. It wasn't a self-worship type of thing. It was just more of a, oh my God, all this time. That's what the Spirit is. Like, the everlasting power is within you, and I figured it out and I heard it. God speaks through people. So when you're searching for yourself and you're searching, people come out of nowhere and they tell you the things that God wants you to hear. And it's up to you to have ears to hear it. So when you do hear it, you resonate with it and you apply it. And when I heard that, I am, one with the Most High and the kingdom of heaven is within, and God is me. God is inside of me and inside of you. I took a whole nother outlook at life. Like when I'm walking down the street, coming from the store or whatever, I'm looking and I'm blessing everybody that I see. Everybody driving past, I'm bless you, because I know that they're part of God. I know that they are all part of the collective. We are all one. And it feels good just to know this information. When I first heard this information, like it really changed my body. Like I felt something inside of me. Like I caught the chills. I was like, oh, it was like something real. And I really connected with this. So that's why this is my word. This is what I preach. This is what I say. This is what I speak when I'm talking to people about, upliftment. I tell them that they are one with the Most High, because when I heard it the first time, I felt it. It was like God was in me and telling me, this is it. You heard it. Now what are you going to do with this? So you know what? I start building on it every day. Every day I treat myself good. I eat good. And I want you to do the same thing. And I know this took a long time to get this little story out, but I'm going to holler at y'all next time. And it was great talking to y'all. Now y'all know who I am. KB Wavy. Peace.